Director of Engineering at Fiery Digital Imaging India Private Limited. Mr. Goyal has 31 years of global professional experience, having worked in the US, Europe, and India. He's worked in a variety of industries, networking, telecom, and print industry. He's been associated with digital print industry for the last 20 years. He leads a team at Fiery Digital Front-End and applications on desktop, cloud, and AI. AI is the current buzzword, so I'm sure all of you must be interested in hearing his thoughts on this. Big believer of AI, and he believes that AI will play a major role in providing competitive edge to every kind of business. Mr. Goyal holds an MBA and MS degrees and certification from Harvard on execution and strategy. Please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Atul Goyal, Senior Director of Engineering. Welcome, sir. Good luck. Yeah.
Hey, good morning, everybody. We are 10 o'clock. Good morning. Okay, here we go. Thank you so much.
There are moments that define an industry, moments when everything changes. For automotive,
I have attended many, print conferences, summits, during my tenure in this industry. Something focused on digital print and bringing the leadership in this industry together on this forum is something remarkable. So I'm really looking forward that this platform takes off and we all get to connect, learn, and share, as we move forward on this journey. So before I dive, little bit into the topic, I'll try to keep my discussion, my conversation more on this topic and what it means to our industry. There are many things which are already available in some form using AI. So I will just take very simple few examples so that it connects to our day-to-day world. Today, if you just go to Google, Google website, and type top trends in digital print industry, not digital, you will see Google will come back and say, looks like you meant top trends in digital print industry. It knows what you asked for and is able to automatically correct behind the scene that this is what you meant. Today, we all just take, anywhere you want to drive your vehicle, just open Google Map and let me see what is the point A to point B path. It shows you this looks like the shortest one. It's going to take you this much time. We just say, OK, fine, start. And we start moving on that direction. During midstream, you see sometimes Google Maps shows, looks like there is heavy traffic on the path I gave you. There may be an alternate route which may be 10 minutes shorter. Would you like me to reroute? So there are certain things you see which are part of our life today. We don't realize, but in some form or the other, they are all powered by this technology, AI. So it is already part and parcel of our personal life. So now let me a little bit walk you through, what it means to business, what it means to the industry we belong to, and how this can help blend what we do today and make use of this technology. So just to bring the point home, I'm going to take a simple example so that we are not a death by PowerPoint first thing in the morning. I will play one video for you just to get you energized and connect with which we all use. So I'm taking an example from the automobile industry. We all love to drive cars and see how this specific technology is shaping the automobile industry. So this is about 2.5 minutes video, and there are a few points you will see, as you go about half a minute on this video, which directly relate to what we do as business owners. Okay? So let me just quickly give you the context here, and then we talk more.
there are moments that define an industry, moments when everything changes. For automotive, that moment is now. And Visteon isn't just witnessing this transformation. We're engineering it. Yesterday's automotive industry was built on mechanical precision. Today's demands something more. Intelligence that learns, adapts, and evolves. The question isn't whether AI will transform automotive, it's who will lead that transformation. The answer is being written here at Visteon's Innovation Center in Portugal. Watch transformation in action. Our display bonding processes once required constant human oversight, resulting in variability and inefficiency. Today, AI algorithms monitor, predict, and optimize in real time, turning manufacturing into a learning system. This isn't automation, it's evolution. Every cycle teaches the system. Every decision makes it smarter. Every product becomes better than the last. But innovation doesn't happen in isolation. We've established a dedicated AI validation team that captures and analyzes breakthrough ideas from our plants worldwide. The response has been extraordinary. In just a few weeks, over 50 AI-driven innovations have been submitted from our global teams. This isn't just participation, it's proof that AI thinking has become our global language. Here's what happens when intelligence compounds. Each AI enhancement doesn't just improve one process, it creates cascading improvements across our entire operation. Efficiency gains multiply, quality improvements accelerate, innovation cycles compress. The return on our AI investments is already measurable. Enhanced production efficiency, reduced error rates, accelerated time to market. But more importantly, we're building competitive advantages that will define Visteon's leadership for decades to come. The vehicles of the future won't simply transport people. They'll understand them, anticipate their needs, adapt to their preferences, learn from their behaviors. The intelligence we're building into our processes today becomes the intelligence that defines automotive experiences tomorrow. This is Visteon's defining moment. While others talk about AI's potential, we're proving its power. While competitors catch up to today's standards, we're setting tomorrow's benchmarks. The automotive industry is being rewritten. The question isn't whether to invest in this transformation, it's how boldly to lead it. We already made our choice.
Okay, great. So, as you heard, on this one, couple of points, this specific company example I took, they talked about correcting errors, they talked about return on investment, they talked about efficiency, they talked about automation, they talked about doing many small things incrementally. So that over a period of a time, you see that collectively, all those small efforts have actually started adding to your ROI. So those are the 5, 6 things that came, you see, as the end result of what this organization has done. And some of the things they mentioned in the beginning of this video, if you see, they talked about constantly monitor and constantly improve. Anything that you want to improve, if you are able to measure it, you'll be able to improve it. And this technology helps you do that measurement better. Now, having said that, now let's look at what it means. Is it really relevant to our industry? Probably yes. Okay, here we come. So let's look at few use cases which are relevant to the industry we belong to. So the first one I'm going to pick here is related to something that we go today with the very first interaction we will have our customers, right? Creative design. When customers walk in, sometimes they have a very good idea what they want to do, and sometimes they say, I don't know, I'm looking for something very jazzy, differentiated, something unique. And a lot of that today we are able to do depends upon the expertise of our designers. Maybe you have a creative design team as part of your prepress section. And the level of innovation the level of expertise is limited to the person who is doing the design, the experience that person has with the tools they are using. I don't know, maybe they are using CorelDRAW, they are using Photoshop, or whatever prior experience the person who is actually doing the design is your gamut of the creativity. This tool today going to help you do that thinking in a shorter amount of time. It is not about having, whether this individual can do better or AI can do better. How AI can make this individual designer better, that's where the connect comes in. So I've just taken one example here. Somebody says, okay, hey, I would like to have a cat as if drawn by Picasso. Picasso is one of the well-known designers we know, artists in the world. Now, what you see here on this T-shirt, I'm sure our designer can think of, can do it. But with this technology, you can do this in very short amount of time. So when I say time in terms of saving the time that you have for your designer, instead of designer spending 2 hours do the design, where the technology can help you do this in 2 minutes. So that's where the time that you save for your designer to take other jobs, which indirectly contributes to the productivity, for your design team. So this is one example that I've taken, which we all go through on day-to-day basis. A lot of time when customers ask, they don't know what they're asking. We can do a lot of back forth. Sir, आपको ये पसंद है? नहीं, ये लाल color तो आपने बिल्कुल change कर दिया. Then again, you do make changes in your Photoshop, CorelDRAW, send again file over email. So this back and forth happens as part of the customer, but the time you lose is what it matters. So this technology can help you save time, be a little bit more creative, augment your designers to come up with those ideas better. This is one example. Second thing, color management. Now, color is part and parcel of our life, right? Especially if you're working with big brands. I mean, they are very, very sensitive about the color of their logos, the color of their marketing campaign. Color management is one area where this technology can help you a lot as well. In general, color quality issue comes, okay, especially if you're, let's say, printing, 200 pages, and suddenly you see after 150 pages, one of your color goes off the hook. You don't know what to do with it, right? Then you think, should I have calibrated my machine before I begin? Should I have looked at, I have enough, right amount of inks, combination of inks that I wanted to do? Do I have the right composite overlap setup done on my machine so that I could have gotten the consistent color quality before, begin the production? So you may end up losing some money. You may end up having some wastage had you not thought through this thing. And especially if you're working at a scale, it is difficult for humans to do for everything and every job. This is where some of this technology can help you figure out. So before you even begin your job, system might tell you, hey, looking at your current quality, the printouts that you're getting, looks like your system gonna go out of color after 50 pages. So if you are printing any job which is more than that, please do this action now before you begin the production. So this is another case where if you are able to predict, if you are able to preempt before your job gets into production, you can save a lot of wastage. So use technology there to help you save money on the wastage. Wastage is a big thing here. I've taken one more example here, which I'll talk a little bit more about on the benefits, which is nozzle correction, especially in the inkjet world. This inkjet heads are super expensive. We all know. And especially if you are printing a very high quality job, it's possible that on your nozzle head, which is 50 nozzle working together, one of the nozzle has actually not sprayed the right amount of ink that you expected. Is there a way for us to detect that looks like this has dropped the less ink that it should have? Can I calibrate the other ones in the head to actually compensate for it? If you know, based on pattern of your machine, how this machine has been behaving, you have two choices: replace your head, or you calibrate your system in a way so that the other nozzles can compensate before you decide to make an investment and replace a head. So this is where another example where this technology can help you calibrate your machine so that it behaves the way you want it to behave by looking at some of the data that's coming out of it. Workflow automation. So we have a lot of prepress software, postpress software. I mean, yesterday, I think some of our colleagues shared about, the automation software available for both. I think prepress, certain things in press, and postpress layout as well. And there are a couple ways to do this. I mean, let's say if some job comes to you, based on the job content, based on the priority of the job, you might create a layout, right? I want this job to go through this particular prepress, pre-flighting, color management. I want this layout to be applied when it is ready to be printed. You have put the production plan and fed into the system. Okay, midstream, you see there are some problems coming. Maybe your machine breaks down during the process. One option could be that, hey, no, sorry, I can't print this job. Wait till my machine is ready. Wait till I prepare a new workflow automation plan to get this job printed. Or, is my system smart enough to say, looks like this specific workflow steps that you're trying to do, I know your machine 1 is not able to do this, but I see machine 2 in your system would be capable to run this workflow that you have set up to print this job. Would you like me to reroute this to this print machine 2? Without any intervention of your prepress team, manually touching all these pieces and figuring out which machine to set, system can help you system can tell you and can auto route for you if you want to set that way. So this will save a lot of time. You can take jobs without even sitting in front of your machine. Let's say you have set up a system to take jobs coming via Gmail, coming through some other system. Your job goes to a certain location. They all get pre-flighted. They all have all the settings applied. When your operator walks in the morning to the office, he says, okay, looks like I got these 3 orders. I see they're all pre-flighted. The recommendation to print this specific job on this machine, this machine, this machine. All that operator is doing, okay, approve, approve, approve. And in 10 seconds, you have all that work done. And your operator is free to process other jobs. So the time saving is one angle I'm bringing, how this automation can augment what you do. At the end of the day, we want to get more productivity out of what we do. Another example, which is again very important, and I little bit talked about this because in the interest of time, predictive maintenance. We can routinely go and say, okay, every day I do my calibration before I start printing jobs. Every day do I cleaning. Every 3 days I purge, let's say, all the inks. Is one routine. But based on the patterns that you have been printing, based on that, let's say your machine actually broke down 3 times in last 3 months. And looks like it usually breaks down when you're trying to print a job with certain settings. Maybe it breaks down when you're trying to combine certain jobs with certain combinations. So all that information, today you may be able to get by looking at all what you printed in last 3 months, and maybe ask the person who actually was operating the machine, hey, what happened on this machine? Why we had this issue? So you may probably say, okay, this issue happened, leave it, ignore it. But if there is some system behind the scene which is telling, by the way, hey, looking at your last 3 months trend, because of this breakdown, this is the amount of money you lost. Because your run rate on this machine was that you were printing, I don't know, let's say 100 jobs a day. Because of this breakdown, looking at your rate, you lost 50 jobs money in last 3 months, over a period of this 3 months. So this system can help you decide whether, hey, it's good to go repair this system, or maybe should I invest in some other system. It can help you make those better decisions on your business level itself, whether this is the right machine for me. If you want to buy a second one, is the right one for me or not? So you can use this data, you can use these insights to make those business decisions better. So the last one here is the inventory optimization. Now, inventory is not a new word for this industry. An inventory carrying cost is no good for the business, right? If you have ink lying on your shelf, which getting expired, if you have a media lying on your shelf where it is losing its color and texture, that's the money lost. At the same time, you do not want to be in a situation where you're getting an order, but you think you don't have enough substrate available to process the order in time. You don't want to lose that business. So this dilemma always there. How much should I stock? How much should I have so that I'm able to process the orders based on priority in time, at the same time not having things on the shelf lying where I'm losing money. This technology here can help you, give you some insights. Hey, looking at on your printer, you seem to be using a certain ink more than the other, right? If you are getting jobs getting processed where this specific ink is getting used more, you better stock that ink more than the others, for instance. So this you can optimize for anything. I've just taken ink as an example because ink is the most expensive piece for our technology in order to be consistent with the color. But this can apply to anything which you keep in your inventory. This could be media, this could be ink, this could be your spare parts, anything. Everything has some sort of an expiry date. So based on your constant monitoring of your equipment, system will help you be able to recommend that looking like, let's say it takes you 3 weeks to procure an ink. Right now, based on your consumption, looks like this ink, what you're using, based on the orders you're processing, you're going to be out of ink in 7 days. If you're 3 weeks lead time, you have only 7 days run time, you're already in that situation that you should be ordering, right? So instead of being in that situation, system can give you some recommendation. Hey, looking at 3 weeks lead time, this is the time for you to order so that you don't lose the business. So those recommendations, it's again up to you whether you act or not, but technology will help you gain those things. Think about as a business owner, if I get first thing in the morning, I open my machine, and I see 5 recommendations coming from the system. Hey, this is for you to check your ink, check your media, this specific calibration should have happened, has not happened. Please check with your operator. Looking at the trend, this machine seems to be doing a lot more better in the industry than the others. Because at the business level, we like to have a data-driven decisions. And if you have some system which can not only throw data at you, can actually give you insights from the data, that's where it helps us as a business owners. So this is another use case where this specific technology can augment to make what we call business decisions or boardroom decisions from that angle. Okay, so moving on, not everything is hunky-dory, right? Everything comes with pros and cons. There is nothing like, just I make my own cake and eat it too. There are always caveats. So some of the challenges here, which I'm sharing with some of my practical experience here, is first of all, is the fear of job displacement. Hey, what happened if I use AI? Is my design team not going to do anything? Is my operator sitting idle? No. This technology is there actually to make them smarter, make them more effective. So this is how you embed. It goes back to the perspective, the way you look at it. So this is going to make your team more efficient. Data security is another important aspect. A lot of time we have a lot of sensitive data. We work with enterprise customers. We don't want their data go out of their premise for some processing because a lot of this AI uses today technology available in the cloud. So data security is always important. So the way I see it is, look at your business cases, look at what makes sense for you, for this data to be processed outside your premise. And if you have something that you're dealing with a very sensitive data, then maybe bring technology in-house than using anything which is available off the shelf. Third one, cost to implement and integration with the existing applications. I mean, we all have some sort of pre-press and post-press activities. We just can't bring something new and say, okay, let's jump on this bandwagon and start using it. It doesn't work that way practically, right? So whatever we use, it has to blend well with our existing applications, with our existing workflow. So this is definitely a challenge. So that's where some of the things that I will share, how we are able to do some of these things in our environment. And the last one is the upskilling workforce. This is an ongoing thing as new things come in the market, right? People need to adopt and learn. So looking at some investment that you make in your existing team and educate them about, hey, what this technology is, because a lot of us are already using this in our personal capacity today. I mean, everybody just say, okay, I don't know how to do this, let me ask ChatGPT and I get the answer. If you are able to apply this in our personal life, why can't we make use of this in our business segment? So upskilling workforce, educating them, having them go through some trainings is another way to slowly, bend that. Because the designer, when they start using this tool that I just showed you, they say, yeah, hey, you ask me anything. I'll give you what I used to take me 1 hour, I can give this 10 minutes. Because now the team feels confident, right, about using those tools. So this is another challenge. I mean, it doesn't come natural, but takes some time. So what are the benefits for business owners? So I quickly go over this. I mean, I touched upon most of this. This can help you be a little bit more efficient and productive. Increase employee satisfaction because employees will feel they are learning. They are, at the top of technical edge. They are gaining new skills. Saving cost through, both predictive matters and the automation matters. Make decisions which are data-driven, right? So don't just go. There's always a blend between data and your basic instinct and your knowledge of industry. I say they both go hand in hand. So especially when you're dealing with a large amount of data, it is always good to blend both your experience, your instinct with the data. Security I already talked about. And those who are adopting this industry, you'll be able to engage a lot more customers than the traditional customers or the traditional business owners have been able to do. All right, so I'm just have one slide on Fiery. I mean, the company I belong to, so I'm not going to take too much time on this, but I just put few examples here. The examples I gave on predictive maintenance, inquiries on the left, automation, job flow on top right, then job expert where it automatically does some color enhancements and management. And the last one on this side is more what we call is a talk to Fiery. So this system is more about, hey, go and create me a booklet. I need 5 tabs, A5 on cover, spiral bound, and use color pages for half of my booklet. I just gave this a simple English description. And system creates the ticket for me, automatically feeds to Fiery, and you have a job ready to be previewed without any manual intervention. So you're talking to the system as you talk to humans, and it will give you the job ready, prepared to be used. All right, so I know I'm about time, so I'll finish it here. So 3 points I just want to put on the table. Pick use cases based on ROI. Not every use case in AI is relevant. Based on your business, where you see you are losing time, where you see you're losing money, where you see you're losing productivity, see what part of this technology can help you in that business. Nail it before you scale it. Start small, do some experiment, iterate over certain areas, then expand to your other business part. So this is important because cost is one thing which comes built into this technology. So you have to balance between the two. First, you see that you're able to gain the return on investment on what you have done. If you see your business is scaling in that area, go and invest more to get better ROI.
I take this book.
Third thing, it is here to stay, so embrace it. Okay, it's part and parcel of our life. There's nothing to be afraid of. We're already using it. Just wear your business hat and see how this can make your team more effective, how this can make you as a business owner make better boardroom decisions. Technology is out there. It's up to us whether we take advantage of it or not. Okay, thank you so much for listening. I think that's all I had.
Thank you, Mr. Pawar. That was very interesting. I'm sure everybody who is tuned in, and that is all of you, tuned into AI.
That's okay.
I hope this was very